The Tiger tank cost more than 25 Panzer IV tanks to produce. Think about that. For every Tiger rolling off the assembly line, Germany could have fielded an entire tank company. Yet they built them anyway, creating a weapon that would terrify Allied forces while simultaneously bankrupting the Nazi war machine. Here are the shocking secrets that explain why history's most feared tank helped lose the war it was designed to win. Before the famous Henschel Tiger dominated battlefields, Ferdinand Porsche built 90 Tigers with a catastrophic flaw: gasoline-electric hybrid engines. Yes, hybrid tanks in 1942. These monstrosities caught fire so often that crews nicknamed them mobile crematoriums. The failed Porsche Tigers were converted into Ferdinand tank destroyers, where they continued their fiery tradition. At Kursk, more Ferdinands were lost to engine fires than Soviet guns. The Tiger's legendary 88mm gun could destroy any Allied tank at 2,000 meters. But here's what Wehrmacht training manuals didn't advertise. The Tiger needed 700 liters of fuel to travel just 100 kilometers on roads. Off-road? Make that 1,000 liters. One captured German logistics officer calculated that keeping a single Tiger company operational required the same fuel as an entire infantry division. The Allies didn't need to destroy Tigers. They just had to wait for them to run out of gas. Michael Wittmann, history's most famous Tiger ace, destroyed 138 tanks and 132 anti-tank guns. What most accounts omit is that Wittmann's Tiger broke down 6 times during his legendary career. His gunner, Balthasar Wohl, later revealed they spent more time repairing their Tiger than fighting in it. "For every hour in combat," Wohl said, "we spent 10 hours with wrenches." The Tiger's 60-ton weight wasn't its biggest problem. It was the Maybach engine's tendency to overheat after 20 minutes of combat maneuvering. Crews carried spare fan belts like ammunition because they snapped constantly. The transmission, a marvel of over-engineering with 8 forward gears, required a specialist mechanic for basic maintenance. Most Tiger crews included a factory-trained technician who was worth more than the tank itself. Allied intelligence discovered Tigers had a fatal blind spot. They couldn't depress their main gun below 8 degrees. Sherman crews learned to charge Tigers on slopes, getting under the deadly 88's minimum elevation. The tactic was suicidal, but it worked. At Aracourt, American Shermans destroyed 23 Tigers using this technique, losing only 5 tanks. The most shocking secret? Only 1,347 Tigers were ever built. Yet, Allied after-action reports claim to have destroyed over 3,000. Every German tank became a Tiger in panicked radio reports. This phantom multiplication terrified Allied planners into developing specialized Tiger hunting units for an enemy that barely existed. The psychological weapon proved more powerful than the actual tank. Otto Carius, commanding Tiger 217, held the record for longest distance kill. A T-34 destroyed at 3,900 meters. But Carius admitted this shot required 23 rounds and perfect weather conditions. The average Tiger engagement range was 600 meters, barely longer than Sherman guns. The myth of invincible long-range killers was mostly that myth. Perhaps the greatest irony, the Soviets captured an intact Tiger in January 1943 and immediately began designing the IS-2, which could penetrate Tiger armor at standard combat ranges. By the time Tigers reached peak production, they were already obsolete. Germany kept building them anyway, prisoners of their own propaganda. The Tiger tank remains history's perfect paradox, a mechanical masterpiece that hastened its creator's defeat. Too complex to maintain, too thirsty to operate, too expensive to produce in numbers, yet so fearsome that its reputation alone changed battlefield tactics forever. In the end, the Allies learned the Tiger's ultimate secret. The best way to defeat a superweapon is to let your enemy waste resources building it.